Hey everyone, Slender here with another update for our favorite game, New World. So, some great news. We've got the next phase of the PTR up and running right now. But first, I'm going to read you guys the patch notes, some of the things that they've changed, quality of life stuff, and what we can expect in this next phase of the PTR. So, let's check it out. So, this will be a bit of a long one. I know I hate doing this, but I have to. And then afterwards, I'll do a trimmed down version, maybe just the important stuff. But for now, we're going to read everything. So this is what's going on. This was 6 hours ago. Luxandra said thank you. Or no, she didn't. She said greetings, adventurers. Thank you for participating in the PTR and helping us knock out bugs and test content before they go live. We appreciate all of your help. For more in-depth information on our upcoming PTR release, please read our article here. Please see our downtime notification here for more information. So this PTR will release content in multiple phases to ensure that all content is being equally tested. For this second phase, we'll be focusing primarily on the following, and that is the new zone, Brimstone Sands, the Ennead Expedition, the Heart Gem skill customization feature, and Nightvale Hallows seasonal world event. I didn't even know what that was. That must be the Halloween event. Wow. So at this time, we are specifically looking to collect bug reports and feedback on the following. Obviously, the new zone, the new expedition, the Heart Gem mechanics, and the Nightvale Hallows event. Additional features will be released at a later date. Stay tuned to this post for when those features and the corresponding focus feedback threads roll out. In addition to US East, we'll be opening a server in Central EU to help facilitate testing. To access the PTR, you may need to change your region selection on the PTR character selection menu. Please find the backstories for Brimstone Sands below. We're offering level 60 backstories that include level 60 greatswords and applicable character setups. They are different, so make sure you select the backstory you want to use to test. Otherwise, you are welcome to delete and recreate your character with another backstory. There we go. So just going to read some of the stuff that they had on the main website. So major updates. Brimstone Sands is a new zone, unlike anything else in Eternum. Look forward to new enemies to fight, a new territory to control, and new stories to uncover. Death hovers over the scorched wastes of Brimstone Sands, its thirst still unsatisfied, even after centuries of strife and war. The ancient Egyptians first encountered the godlike ancients here and built monuments in vast cities that were part of a flourishing civilization thousands of years in the past. Their civilization is now long fallen to ruin, and few of those original inhabitants remain except for the mysterious sorcerer Imhotep, with whom players must work with to solve the desert's mysteries. The most immediate threat in Brimstone Sands is posed by the deranged remnants of the Roman Empire's 19th Legion, which is really badass in my opinion. What exactly befell the Romans must be discovered, but they have fallen to corruption and now besiege the ancient ruins of a mysterious pyramid known as Akhet. They are certain that within they will find the secret to their redemption and the long-awaited resurgence of the Roman Empire. The Ennead Expedition. Players must challenge the corrupted legion head-on and delve into ancient ruins where they will face the vigilant Anubian guardians and solve the hieroglyphic puzzles to achieve new power. When the sands settle, players will have explored ancient mysteries with Imhotep, defeated powerful sand demons, and perhaps, if they persist, restored the rightful ruler who can finally bring order and hope to the region after centuries of chaos. We love chaos. Heart Gem abilities. So, adventurers can now further customize their playstyle through Heart Rune abilities, Detonate, Grasping Vine, Stone Form, Cannon Blast, and Dark Ascent. Players must fully change or charge their Heart Gem to activate an ability. Various combat actions like dealing and taking damage, blocking hits, and healing allies will charge your Heart Gem. The charge resets upon use. Experiment with and upgrade each Heart Gem to find a favorite. So we all know about the revamped starting experience. I'm almost done with that video. I can't wait to release it, but it's really cool, guys. You're gonna love the new starting experience. I'm super stoked. So we've completely redesigned the early levels of New World, so players who start the game or roll a new character will experience brand new stories and quests. Player feedback on quest variety, AI variety, more streamlined quest lines with less running back and forth, and improved storytelling in those early stages of the game helped bring about the following changes. So the quest flow through zones has been optimized with NPCs who move around and a central story thread that takes players through each region of the game, unlocking side content to pace out the experience. We've added a variety of new quest dynamics, from wave events to tracking and traversal challenges, puzzles in the ruins, unique interactions with the world, and dynamic events that players will encounter. We've revised onboarding to stay focused on the central storyline, including the legacy or introducing the legacy of King Arthur and Monarch's Bluffs, and a curse and famine from the sorceress Medea in Windsward. Players will still converge on the Hermit Jonas to start on the path to becoming Soul Wardens, but the Jonas quests have all been consolidated in Everfall. The Hermit himself is now more mobile, while the story and quest flow vastly improved. We've also added a lot more characters to the zone and settlements in Monarch's Bluffs and Everfall, new enemies, new major locations, and new challenges in the quests and open world. And if you guys want to read the rest of it, there's, stuff that we already know. But if you want to read the rest of it, this will be in the description. And I'm going to go ahead and get started on the actual patch notes, the official patch notes, patch number 1. All right, so here we go. PTR Brimstone Sands, patch 1. A large portion of the following fixes were made in part thanks to player-provided reports through PTR testing. Thank you so very much. You're welcome, guys. PTR exclusive. So Brimstone Sands is now accessible. You must begin the appropriate level 60 questline found from neighboring territories in order to withstand the extreme heat. Level 60 backstories are now enabled. In order to playtest endgame content, including Brimstone Sands, you must create a new character and select an appropriate level 60 backstory. And you guys could do this right now. Make sure you get the update done. It is a huge update. It's like over 20 gigabytes, so make sure you guys get that started. I'm waiting for it right now as we speak. And I'm very sick, guys. Actually went home early from work yesterday. So if you notice my voice is a little bit different, that's what's going on. I might sniffle a little bit, but I'll try to edit most of that out of the video. Oh, I hate being sick. Anyway, so audio, notable fixes, game mode music for dual PvP arena, dungeon, outpost rush, siege war, and invasion now gets reset when the player goes in the loading screen. Fixed an issue that caused the Barnacles and Black Powder expedition to use the ambient music from Cutlass Keys territory. Added new sounds for escaping and continuing in the character select screen. Added new sounds for escaping and continuing in the character select screen. Okay. Fixed an issue that caused currently playing voice lines to have priority over new voice lines when a player spoke to a different NPC. Fixed an issue where the fishing pole was using the wrong equip and unequip sounds, and fixed an issue that caused missing sound on the mortar reloading animation. Social notable fixes. Global refining yield boost translations have been updated for all languages so that there is no overlapping of text, and they lowered the sound of the sad violin emote. For chat, the help, recruitment, and trade chat now default to feed instead of alert. And some UI changes, notable fixes. Players that you have blocked will no longer appear on group finder lists. Fixed an issue that caused the Wings of Bastet crest icon to go out of bounds. Fixed the rotation of Forsaken Great Axe icon. Fixed an issue where cooldown for abilities wouldn't always display properly if the player swapped weapons outside of combat. Change font of rewards in the journal. Fix faction rank advancement rewards to show correct rank name. Event currency icon no longer disappears when scrolling quickly in the event shop. Faction initiation quests now share a label. Fix notification messages or message to properly display what changed the guild name. Fix an issue that caused the aim reticle to sometimes show ammo count for melee weapons. Fix an issue where an item's tooltip was showing the skin icon when the item was not using a skin. Fix an issue where Blunderbuss's mortar charge ability would display inconsistent ammo count when nearing an obstruction. Fix an issue where targeted healing group member display remains on screen in menus. Fix an issue where the attribute scaling order for the greatsword was inconsistent based on the location it was presented. Fix an issue with stack splitting for Azoth vials when you are at or near your Azoth cap. Fix the icon for the Orichalcum Heavy Greaves. Fix the icon for the Orichalcum Tower Shield. Fix the Aegyptus Crest Pack Store icon. Fix time penalty for going over clear time of Mutated Expedition. Implemented a tentative fix for achievements and titles not being shown. Musical performance user interface no longer overlaps with faction control point user interface. Fixed an issue where objective markers would disappear upon returning to the main menu and logging back into the game world. Fixed an issue where fixed an issue where right-clicking on map would occasionally fail to place a waypoint and the cursor would jump to a random spot on the map. Yes, thank you. I was wondering what the heck was going on. Like, I would right-click and my cursor would just disappear. I didn't know it just took it to some random place, but that's good. Sorry. Players can now bind arrow and N keys to actions. Oh, I can't wait for this cold to be over. Quality of life. This is my favorite section. So they fix an issue that caused player damage numbers to not display when the player disabled floating damage numbers. Fix an issue where multipliers on the experience bar would show to more than 2 decimal points. Fix an issue with the AFK warning not working properly after entering an expedition while the AFK warning was active. Fix an issue where some wars were being canceled instead of rescheduled if a server crash happened. Claim point markers will now always be visible in Outpost Rush. Fix an issue where changing ingredients in a way that lowered the potential gear score of the item would not update the amount of Azoth you could spend on the craft. Fix an issue where players weren't getting progress towards equipment attribute achievements. Fix an issue where players would lose musical instrument buffs after logging out or a crash. Fix an issue where some achievement completions wouldn't count towards the total completed achievement count. World experience, notable fixes. Added missing collision to walls in Canis. Did some landscaping to remove some wild growing grass in the Everfall Tavern and some houses. Fixed an issue that allowed players to fall through Monarch's Bluff. Fixed an issue that caused a bottleneck in the last cache quest. Fix an issue that caused corrupted membrane to not receive status effect damage. Fix an issue that caused visual effects to be misaligned in quest No Good Deed. Fix an issue where carrots were floating under the world at Golden Fields. Fix an issue where cloth banners hung in the incorrect location at Everfall City Inn. Fix an issue where drowned mariners were floating slightly at Blythe's Blunder. Fix an issue where performances can get out of sync with the player. Fix an issue where upon leaving an expedition, the town board and the journal would display incorrect information. Fix an issue with a floating rock in Windsward. Fix an issue with a piece of paper that was displaced from a pole in the town hall. Fix an issue with candles floating in Windsward. Fix an issue with floating items and reduce the fog opacity at La Rousette Shipwreck. Fix floating environmental objects at Old Warrior in Everfall. Fix issues with collision and illumination in the Montour Expedition. Fix some floating plants near the wreck of the Satisfaction. Increase respawn rate of Heartforge boss to 30 seconds from its original 10 seconds. Removed corrupted nodules from Everfall, Monarch's Bluff, and Windsward, and First Light. Removed enemy from being too close to Jonas at his first location. Boulders now break apart into small stones when destroyed. Oh, that's kind of cool. Fix the collision issue with the tree within Fisher's Glory. Fix an issue that allowed players to get stuck in a wall in Trader's Hold Cave. Fix an issue that caused music performances to not properly be created. Fix an issue that caused the player to hold their primary weapon while playing an instrument. Fix an issue where candles were floating around the Windsward town board. Fix an issue where the unsheathing sound did not always play when selecting an instrument in musical performances. Fix an issue with a floating loot crate and banner by Riverside Keep. Fixed inaccurate First Light's Rose Landing beach icon on the game map. Fixed issues with multiple assets being misplaced or floating in Lugdunum fields. Fixed issues with papers and a broom that clipped into surfaces. Fixed textures in the environment at the Air Shrine in Evanscale. Increase the vertical logging animation speed to be closer to the horizontal logging animation speed. Reduce Hardy buff from 50% to 25% increase in health per player feedback. Trader's Hold rope rail now has consistent collision. Fix issues with the collision in Evanscale Reach, and fix an issue with lighting in the fort at Restless Shore. And finally, fix an issue with exiting turrets, sometimes causing players to fall off of fort walls in the war, or in wars. Exploration, they fix an issue that caused fast travel to fail, whatever that was, thank God, because that was getting annoying. Music in certain areas, like Laura's Shrine, now plays normally when the player enters the short radius area. If the player leaves that area, the music defaults to the zone ambient playlist. Revised starting experience. So they finally fixed the Plans of Pestilent from being completed. Well, they did, but then there was another issue, so I'm wondering if that was fixed too. I'll have to check that. But anyway, they fixed an issue preventing the quest Plans of the Pestilent from being completed. Fix an issue preventing the quest Supply Run from being completed. Fix an issue that caused the Soul Survivor quest to not progress correctly. Fix an issue where exiting out of dialogue with NPC Grace O'Malley before accepting their next quest would result in the player being unable to advance through the quest line. Resolved an issue where Isabella's voice was not localized during the first time user experience box interaction. The sound effects for the boat blowing up and rumble on the docks encounter is now totally silent when master volume is at 0. Reduced overlaid sound effects on Thorpe's voice during the prologue. Fix an issue where the mysterious box interaction in the tutorial had no audio indication of interaction and would mute when interrupted. Fix an issue in the prologue where Thorpe's sound effects and voiceover wasn't playing. Fix an issue that caused Grace O'Malley's voiceover to cut off. And fix an issue that caused missing and incorrect voiceover lines for Jonas Salazar in the Answer the Call quest. And then some other quests that were fixed, or whatever, they added audio when ancient altars are depleted in new starter experience questline. Fixed a floating lore page in Monarch's Bluff. Fixed an issue that prevented the quest Covenant Initiation, Inspiration, and Redemption from being completed. Fixed an issue where extra quest pins appeared on the map and compass for the Village Champion quest once the player entered the ceremony. Fixed an issue where the Syndicate faction quest Tuta's Last Refuge directed player to inconsistent assassination targets. And fixed opening the map mid-NPC conversation, locking the player. So some expeditions. Starstone Barrows. So the protection bubble in Starstone Barrows now plays music when activated. For Lazarus, they fixed an issue where Scylla would occasionally not initiate her encounter. A technical improvement. Implemented a general performance optimization on the loading and streaming of terrain textures. For economy and progression, notable fixes. Selecting a weapon skin when one isn't already equipped will no longer transition the character from unsheathed to sheathed when previewing skins. The base will be selected and shown instead. Fix an issue where cloth from skins would persist while dyeing in armor. Fix an issue where offhand arm animation breaks after previewing shield skin. Fix an issue that caused player visual effects to not align to territory or terrain properly. Fixed an issue with sheathed weapons activating their gem visual effects in certain situations, example, when throwing a hatchet or spear. Crafting. So crafting named items have had their required trade skill level reduced. Tier 2 now requires level 1, Tier 3 requires level 50, and Tier 4 requires level 100. We have added a first craft trade skill XP bonus that takes effect the first time you craft a particular item. And somebody mentioned in my video, because I said it was, level up your professions twice as fast. You're right, I'm wrong. It is definitely not twice as fast, and it does not apply to big batch crafts. So if you have saved up a bunch of materials and you have never crafted this item before, getting the first time crafting experience bonus, it only affects the very first one. Anything else in that big batch does not get the bonus, so that kind of sucks. But there you go. We want to encourage players to craft a variety of items rather than the same ones over and over. So we have added a 2x trade skill experience bonus for the first time you craft an item. This will speed up crafting for players that utilize this effectively. Items that provide a first craft bonus will be identified with the chevron icon on the crafting selection to denote its availability, and this icon will disappear once the bonus has been consumed. So there you go, guys. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the video and get my butt on the PTR. I hope I see you guys there. Please, please, please download, install the PTR, get in there and play, and let Amazon know if you guys find any bugs. We want this to be an awesome update. I know it's going to be, but let's find those bugs so we can get them fixed and knocked out. Maybe they'll give you guys a cool bug hunter title for the forums if you guys participate. Who knows? So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I get over this cold really quick, because it's really actually hard to talk. I had to take like 20,000 drinks of water while I was doing this video. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the PTR, and be on the lookout for some new great videos. Take care, guys.